Hello.
What's up, everybody listening on their radios? This is Sports, Politics, and More. I am your host, Andrew Pollack, joined as always by the wonderful Frank Todaro. Hello, Frank.
Yes, Andrew. Can you hear me fine?
I can hear you.
Okay. What was that with that delay?
I don't know this. I wanted to quickly mention that is our new theme song.
Yeah. What's the matter? It threw you off?
I don't know. I'm just used to the old one.
It's very serious. Very serious, dramatic music for a very serious, dramatic show.
Yes, I take the show very seriously now because of that.
So what do you think about that new the spam theme music?
Right. I'll give the name of it. It's Failing Defense by Kevin McLeod.
McLeod. Oh, whatever. Who cares? Yeah. So last week after our show, Jules, she was nice enough to get in touch with me, and she asked for us to pick new theme music. So I mean, we could. She gave me the YouTube library music because the old theme music, it was copyrighted, and that's why we kept getting unlisted.
That's why I was wondering why our podcast was not getting enough views.
Yes, but on certain weeks we get unlisted and deleted. Remember, because it's that WWE music, and they hit it with a copyright.
Well, we have to blame Nick Durst.
Yeah, well, no, we don't have to blame anybody. It's just it was unfortunate things, but so yeah. I tried to ask you get your opinion, but you didn't respond. So I had to pick. I had to go pick on the fly, and I picked that music.
All right.
Well, believe me, if you listen to the other ones, that's probably the best one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, we had disco and just weird music.
Disco.
Yeah. I think this theme is good for the end of the show, the outro. I think that's good.
Right, of course.
But it's okay. It's okay. It'll take some getting used to. Unless you know anybody who could make us music for our show.
I honestly do not have anybody in mind.
Yeah. Every time I I upload a video for YouTube, I get spammed in the comments, and I have
spammed in the comments.
Yes, no pun intended. And I have people asking me if I want them to make me music for my videos. But really? I don't trust. Yeah, they always do that. People like spam the comments on YouTube videos. But anyway,
they're spamming spam.
Yeah,
That's a good joke.
Oh, they're spamming me. But anyway, yeah. So I had a very nice conversation with Jules, who runs UCY TV. She's doing well. And Andrew, aren't you going to ask me what we talked about?
What did we talk about?
What did I talk about with Jules last week?
Oh, okay. What did you talk about?
You're not the least bit curious what I had to me and her talked about.
All right. What did you talk to Jules about? I want to know.
We talked about the music, and we're also getting a new banner. So when you go on YouTube later on, you'll see a new banner. But it's the same banner, just I added our names to it. That's all.
Yeah, the one that you drew up and I posted on my Snapchat.
Yeah, the one I scribbled our names like a third grader. But I think it fits the theme of our show. And yeah, so Jules sounded like a nice woman. I knew she was a nice woman. I've heard her show on UCY TV.
Oh, she does have a show here.
Yes. She does have a show. Andrew, you got to start getting familiar with UCY TV. You're part of the UCY TV.
I'm sorry. We come on immediately right after the highest rated program on this network.
No, it isn't.
It is highly rated. What are you talking about?
Last week I saw they had the show before us had very little views.
They have a deal with Amazon to sell merchandise.
Oh, but they only got 8 views last week. What do you want? Numbers don't lie. Maybe that show did bad. I think maybe they're on twice a week. I don't know. Some shows are on twice a week, and they do, and each show does better than the other. But anyway, Jules, we spoke for a while. She helped us out finally. She's doing a little better. She's doing a little better health wise, and also maybe in the future we're gonna have a big announcement concerning spam.
Really?
Yes, with Jules and spam, we'll have a big announcement. So stay tuned for that.
Well, maybe she's joining us. That would be fun.
Maybe she's gonna replace you.
Replace. Oh, that's the last thing I want.
No. I'm joking, right? Listen, no, I did ask Jules. I asked her if she would. I would like to interview her on our show. I think it'll be good for us to have her on. I also think I'm really curious. I would love to get her life story and get her the story of how she created UCY and who she is and what she does.
And more importantly, our deal with TuneIn.
Oh yeah, okay. We could ask her about. You could ask her about that. Okay. It's not going to be a solo interview.
Believe me. I mean, I know how big this show is. I mean, for crying out loud, we're on live on Afternoon Drive in the West Coast.
Oh, but so yeah. How did I can't. I only check the views on YouTube. How do we see? How do we see? I'm always hearing that Spam is one of the highest rated shows. Is that on from TuneIn?
Apparently, they're saying that a lot of the our listeners, who I want to shout out right now, if you're listening during Afternoon Drive on the West Coast, it could be Nevada, Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon. You guys are
Anyway, isn't this worldwide?
It is, but our main audience we're trying to target is Afternoon Drive in the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Andrew, we're big stars now.
On the West Coast, we might be.
Oh yeah, we're big stars. We're gonna go to Hollywood. We're gonna have maybe in the future we'll have a live broadcast from Vegas.
I would love to do that. It's possible.
Get out of here.
No, we logically could do a live broadcast from Vegas.
Hey, listen, we logically could do a live broadcast anywhere and not leave our house. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I completely get that now.
Anyway, so yeah, that was good. I'm real happy with the show. Oh no, yeah, I want the show to get better. We're always getting on Andrew about his Wi-Fi, and even me. I want to get better. So last week's show was okay. I liked it. Andrew, I kept listening to the show last week, and when I asked you about your vacation, you sounded like you were on the stand getting counsel from your attorney. What was up with that? I asked. Let me tell you. Andrew came back from vacation last week, and I asked him about his stupid vacation. Like I really care. I'm just asking him, just for the audience. And he's pausing, and it sounds like he's going in the back asking his parents what he should say. What was your dad giving you counsel?
I think he was.
Why? Oh, I don't understand. What's the matter? Your parents don't have a sense of you. They have to tell you what to say.
Apparently, that's the rule.
Oh, really? So your parents are doing spam? Your parents are the ghostwriters for spam now?
Apparently they are.
Oh yeah, all right. And also, next week I want. So that's it. Next week I want your parents. No names, Mr. Pollack or Mrs. Pollack. They're gonna come on the air with us. Then I'm gonna interview.
I've already talked to them about that.
They're gonna be our guests. Either your dad or your mom, and they're gonna be our guests.
I've already talked to my mom about it last week. She already declined.
Okay, so your dad then.
My dad said no too.
Oh, really? Why? But then tell him to keep out of the studio, Andrew's studio, when we do spam.
Next week, I'm going to make sure that happens because I'll be back in my other studio.
And I want you to lock yourself. I want you to barricade yourself in your room.
That's what I used to do, but apparently the Wi-Fi is terrible in my room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to let the audience laugh. Andrew told me he purchased a Wi-Fi booster.
Yes, I got one, and I haven't installed it yet.
Of course not.
Because I bought a new TV today.
Oh, you bought a new TV. Okay. I bet you installed that, right?
I was busy with that because I had to install the stand.
Right.
I'm sorry. I grew up with television. I can't help it.
Get away. Anyway. So
I even have a Blu-ray player for it. That's the cool thing about it.
I bet. But so yeah, I got a little. I was getting a little flustered at that. You, every time I was asking you a question, you were on the stand. I couldn't get a straight answer out of you. But so and then you tell me next week you have a big announcement, a big August surprise. What's this August surprise?
I will make the announcement under the right circumstance if my private studio is back online next week.
You mean your room, your bedroom?
Okay, yes. Yes.
All right, a big August surprise. What's this? Is this like the October surprise from the last election?
Well, it's not political, but it has to do with a location.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. So, and then but I don't blame Andrew with his Wi-Fi. This. We're doing a live show, so we're doing it on Skype, and Skype isn't really the easiest. I mean, I'm using a landline, and I can hear some static sometimes, and also I've been bothering Andrew. I've been trying to hook my laptop up so I could play sounds and audio, and let people on Skype, the audience, hear it. But it's a very complicated process.
I don't like that.
It's Windows 10. Windows 10 is a joke. Windows is just a joke.
I completely agree. Apparently, that's why Durst loves his Mac so much.
Yeah, and I just noticed this yesterday. When I bought my laptop, I have a Hewlett Packard laptop, and it came installed with Beats audio. You know, from like Beats to headphones.
Right.
Yeah, and I noticed that I don't even have it anymore. When Windows 10 uploaded the updates for the upgrade, it wiped out Beats audio.
Oh, that stinks. That really stinks.
Yeah.
You know what bothered me? I have a player called Cody, and when Windows 10 upgraded on my computer, Cody stunk. So
yeah. I don't know, but I'm going to still figure it out. Even I don't want to use the sounds and play audio. That's like a little lazy, but it's good to do it in spots. When it's needed.
Well, I know George Bush would be appropriate then.
Why is that?
Because you were randomly talking to me about it off the air.
Oh, well, what was I saying?
You wanted, as an example, if I have to play the "Fool Me Once" sound bit, you would want me to play it.
What's the "Fool Me Once" sound bit? Oh, that's the George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What did he say? I forgot.
Unbelievable! It's the most quotable thing said by George W. Bush.
Can you play it on the air right now without destroying the sound?
I honestly can't.
All right. Anyway, so and then
I'll quote it. I'll go fast so that we don't bore the audience.
Could you do your best or your worst George W. Bush impersonation?
No, I'm gonna do it in the way I talk right now. So he said there was an old saying from Texas, probably Tennessee, maybe Texas, that said "Fool me once," and then he stutters by saying, "Shame on you, a fool me can't get fooled again."
He messed it up.
And he's the only president to openly give the middle finger.
He gave the middle finger?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. He see, that's what they try to make. They try to make Trump into George W. Bush. George W. Bush, he was the worst. He was the worst president. I
disagree. I still think Andrew Jackson is the worst.
I don't know. I have to read up on him. But the funniest thing I remember about George W. Bush was when he was given that speech and that guy threw his shoes at him, remember?
And then the guy shouted "Allah Akbar," remember that?
No, he didn't.
I thought that happened.
I guess the custom is in the Middle East, the shoe or the sandal is disrespectful. Because I remember when they invaded Iraq and they toppled the Saddam Hussein statue? And everybody, all the people were hitting Saddam's statue with their sandals.
I used to call him Saddam Insane.
Yeah, he is insane. And that was a funny clip. If you go on YouTube, George Bush ducking sandals.
I remember when that happened.
And the funniest thing about that little video clip is when the Secret Service tackles the guy and he starts screaming like a little girl.
But I thought from what they said originally, he was shouting God is great in Arabic.
Of course, they got to say that. Middle East people know how to say more than one sentence. God is great. He was protesting Bush, and rightfully so, because that
And
was
remember, never say that in an American airport.
no, 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 no,
And you can't say the word bomb.
no. There's a lot of things you can't say. You just like you can't scream fire in a movie theater. It's not freedom. We don't have freedom of speech to say anything. There's some things you can't say. Like anything that puts people in harms could be punishable. But anyway,
Oh.
so yeah, Andrew. I was telling Andrew about this article I read about a woman who apparently she's a feminist. She decided to name her baby boy Vagina. A newborn baby boy Vagina. Did you hear about this, Andrew? Did you read about it?
Yes, I have heard about it.
Yeah. Well, I obviously I found out as I read along and I researched more. It was fake. It was a parody done by.
I have not brought this up with my girlfriend yet, but
You have a
if
girlfriend? Oh, well, wait a minute. Hold on. You have a girlfriend?
I sort of do.
Oh, you saw? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is much more interesting. What happened? Well, who is this girl? I thought you didn't meet anybody in Delaware.
No, she's from New York. I've known her for years. I've known her for 2 years now.
Oh, really? Oh, well, you can't talk about it now because she's gonna get embarrassed.
Yeah, she'll get embarrassed.
Well, who cares? Who knows her? Nobody knows her.
I'll just say her name's Laura. That's it.
What's her name?
Laura.
Laura. You can't even say her name. You're afraid to say her name.
I said it, but the stupid internet lagged.
Oh, okay. So how long has this been going on?
About a year almost.
A
On
year.
Again.
Yeah. Oh, so, and you don't tell us. You don't bring it up on the show.
Oh, I figured me and her have been dating almost a year now, on again, off again.
Oh, I never hear anything. Oh, what do you like? One of those guys that likes to keep your relationship private?
Sort of.
Yeah. What's the matter? You afraid the paparazzi's going to take pictures of both of you?
Paparazzi, yeah, right.
Oh yeah. So a year. So it's a serious relationship.
We're really desperately trying to.
Why would you desperately try to? Whoa.
It's our schedules. She's always busy. I'm always busy. It's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Does she live close to you?
About a half hour.
That's not too bad.
Not too far.
I hope. Well, if you ever have a baby with her, make sure she doesn't name the baby Vagina.
Yes, that's what we're going to talk about now.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. So this was just see, but that's the thing. This is a parody, but that's the thing. Today, you don't know if this is a parody or if it's true, because there's some crazy people out there that would do something like that, and name their newborn baby boy Vagina. Vagina.
I'm trying to see if it's true. Baby named Vagina. I'm curious.
It's not true. It's not true. I looked it up. It's a parody. It was a parody done by a woman's magazine / blog, and it's just they figured what would happen if somebody actually was named Vagina, and like like a scenario would be like the mother would say, "Look, honey, our beautiful baby boy. I named him Vagina."
Say that again.
I said, like the mother would say, "Look, honey, our beautiful baby boy. I named him Vagina."
Oh, and then the dad would react saying, "I thought if we had a boy, we would name him something else." An example would be Isaac.
Isaac. Yes, Andrew. And
then the dad's reaction to the baby coming home would be, "It's really weird. Do you realize how mean the kids would be at school?"
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine that? Like, this kid's gonna grow up. He's gonna go to like grade school, and the kids are gonna pick on him. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe.
And tell me how the mom would react.
I don't know. But listen, hold on. I'm saying first of all, these kids at school today. When I was going to grade school, the kids were rough. They were rough. They were bullies. Everybody made fun of each other. Today, I'm not sure that the kids would react strange, because they might have. I'm sure other kids in the classroom of the school might have some weird names too. It's like these kids today, I don't know about them. I don't know. Their parents are crazy. But anyway, so yeah, we looked. I was looking, and I don't know. Now this, I don't know if it's true or not. These are names that are reported to have resulted from misinterpretations from words, and I believe this because I remember back in this fad. I don't know if you remember, Andrew, of parents naming their kids after cars, like Lexus, Porsche. I don't know if you remember
Mercedes.
that. Mercedes, yeah. And basically, they sounded like porno names.
I don't think the name Mercedes sounds something like that. I've seen License to Drive. I've had no problem with it.
Oh, you've seen that movie, License to Drive? That's one of my favorite movies. I'm surprised you've seen that. That movie's from the late 80s, Andrew.
I'm into 1980s movies.
That's a good movie. But anyway, yeah. All right. So I'm just saying, like Lexus, Porsche. Like I know somebody who named their kid Savannah Lexus. That sounds like a porno actress's name, you know. But anyway,
I don't think it would in my book.
Well, you know what? Now today, those names don't sound too crazy. But like 10, 15 years ago, they sounded a little crazy. But here's some of the funniest ones. Ash Jolie. Did you hear that?
All right, I got that.
Ash Jolie. That's after asshole. This can't be
true.
And then they have Formali, and that's female. And then they have I guess the brother, the twins, if they have twins, Limongello and Orangello.
It sounds Chinese.
No, it's Lemongello, and Orangello. I can imagine people doing this. And Testicles.
Testicles. What is that supposed to mean?
That's my big brother Testicles is gonna come get you. Testicles.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. See, this. But I can imagine. I can imagine names like this.
I can't take people seriously then, and I can't take you seriously then.
Yeah, but Testicles, you wouldn't know if you spell it differently. You won't know, and these kids grow up, and I mean I don't know, but anyway. So all right. So anyway, at 8:30 we're gonna have the news. Are you ready to do the news, Andrew?
Yes, a lot of good headlines this week.
Yeah, it was actually this week was a very weird week in the news. The big thing was with the
mooch.
The Priebus got resigned or got fired. Rance Priebus, and then the mooch Scaramucci, he got fired 10 days into it. I didn't hear about it. What was that about?
Well, from what I've heard, Scaramucci cursed at a New Yorker magazine reporter, calling Mr. Priebus a bleeping. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he went on a big tirade. But why would he do that? Why would he do that? He just got a job. Why would you make it?
Schizophrenic. There we go. It just popped into my head. Called him a bleeping schizophrenic. There we go.
He called the reporter bleeping schizophrenic?
No, he called Rance Priebus that.
Oh, okay. So maybe so he's probably trying to get brownie points by talking bad about Priebus, and he got fired anyway. Listen, and now of course it's Trump's fault. Trump's the bad guy. He's firing everybody.
Ugh, boy. I was gonna say something. A couple days ago, Trevor Noah on the Daily Show had a bit, and they showed him comparing him to Trump's hand movements.
Oh yeah, you know what? I don't think he's funny, and then not because he attacks Trump. He's just not funny.
I'm sorry. James Corden has a better show than him.
Yeah, and he's another one. All these shows now, all these late night talk shows, and these they're all comedy shows. First of all, I remember when I was.
I'm sorry. I miss Craig Ferguson. I will admit that.
He was actually pretty good. But when I was growing up, the Tonight Show, David Letterman, all these late night talk shows. Yeah, they got political in the monologue, and yeah, they sometimes
I enjoyed Jay Leno. I grew up with Jay Leno.
even Jay Leno, yeah, and they would in their monologue every night they would spit roast the president or somebody from the government, White House. But it wasn't always it was always warranted. You could it was warranted. This is just they do it every night, and the difference is back then and now in the monologue.
You know who's worse? Stephen Colbert. He's the worst.
Yeah, his show is just basically anti-Trump show, and all these people, and they're told to do this. But yeah, like let's say Johnny Carson, he would throw in a couple of jokes about Ronald Reagan, his memory, or he would throw in a couple of jokes about George H. Bush.
Oh, see, you're talking before my time.
Yeah, but okay, let me explain. I'm saying Johnny Carson was a legit funny guy, but he would throw in one or two jokes. His whole monologue wasn't about the presidents, but now these shows because these shows now they're told from the top, they're told to make their shows and monologues all about Trump. I read something about Jimmy Fallon. They told NBC told him he has to step it up with bashing Trump.
Honestly, that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah, but there's an audience for it. There's a big audience for it, and it's if you don't like Trump or if you suffer from Trump hysteria syndrome, you tune into these shows, and these shows feed you what you need. It's like plug an IV into your arm. Same thing with MSNBC and CNN.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean,
Carson had a good run.
Who, Carson Daly?
No, Johnny Carson's late night show.
Oh, good run. You think? The guy, he set the standard for those late night talk shows. But like I said, he no matter who the president was, while he was, what was he on? He was on probably for a good 30 years. He had different presidents. He would just make one or two jokes in his monologue about the president, and they were funny because they were based on the truth. But these people now today, it's like they're really like pushing it, and it doesn't sound funny. It sounds forced. But the audience, of course, laughs and claps about it. They'll clap at anything.
Well, there's a cool fact about Johnny Carson. Do you remember a scene in Home Alone where Kevin's sitting on the bed and he's watching Johnny Carson?
Yeah, I barely remember. Go ahead, refresh my memory.
No, there's a scene quickly where Kevin's in the bed watching Johnny Carson and he's reading letters. And the thing is, he has a photo of his family and he's literally looking at the photo at the same time as he's watching Johnny Carson.
Oh, the monologue matches up to what he's thinking like?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, but yeah, so yeah, these late night talk shows, I mean, listen, if you know what they're doing, and this is their fatal mistake, they're locking themselves into one genre, one niche, bashing Trump. What happens if people start getting bored of making fun of Trump, or what happens? They think they're going to be on the air for 4 more years. You know, what happens if you can't talk about Trump anymore? They don't have no material. You understand? It's cheap material.
Well, Jimmy Fallon has always come up with material to not make fun of presidents.
Yeah, you know why? Because Jimmy Fallon is actually talented. He's the most talented guy on the talk show.
Then give me your opinion on Jimmy Kimmel, then.
He's okay. He's for what he is. He's the B show. He's the B show at 11:30. He's okay.
Yeah, but the worst one has to be Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, he came from Comedy Central. He took over Letterman's spot. And now he's become an hysterical anti-Trump crusader. Now his claim to fame is he curses at Trump during his monologue. Ooh, come on. Imagine if Johnny Carson looked at the camera and said, "Hey, Ronald Reagan, fuck you."
Oh, okay. That's a little bit too extreme.
Yeah, that would be. Well, first of all, Carson probably would have been maybe.
Oh, he would have been fired.
No, not fired, but maybe he would have to apologize. I mean, but come on, give me a break. Anyway, listen.
This is how Reagan would respond. He would say, "I completely feel offended by Mr. Carson's comment by telling me to literally do that to myself."
All right, okay, so you got to work on your Reagan impersonation. Anyway, listen. All right, so why don't you work on your impersonation to read the news? It's 8:31. We're late already.
All right, we have to read the news.
There's a lot of news this week, but we'll try to get to it all.
All right.
So it's Andy reads the news.
Sponsored by TuneIn Radio, with over 100,000 plus stations featuring news, talk radio, sports, and music in our station, UCY.TV. Download the app, available on the Apple App Store and on Google Play. Leading off this week, China recently carried out a flight test of a new anti-satellite missile that highlights the growing threat of Beijing's space war capabilities. The flight test of the Dongning 3 direct ascent missile was tracked by the U.S. intelligence agencies on July 23rd from China's Xinquan Satellite Launch Center in Inner Mongolia in northwestern China. What's so funny?
It's nothing. God, you're doing a very good job. It's funny just...
The way I'm pronouncing it, right?
No, you did good. I'm sorry. Continue.
The officials said the launch was not successful and the DN3 appeared to malfunction in the upper atmosphere after the launch during the evening.
What's wrong with all these Asian countries? Their missiles, they can't launch a missile into orbit. They all explode.
Well, I know for a fact that last week North Korea launched a missile.
Yeah, and it exploded.
Japan.
It exploded. Listen, I'm tired of every week. I'm tired of saying this. North Korea it's a sham. It's a show. They have nothing. There was a rumor, like you see on TV when they march there, or the army marches in the street and they have those big missiles on the trucks.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
That's a headache.
There's a rumor that they say those missiles are actually made of wood. They're not real missiles. Listen, it's all propaganda. All right, I'm sorry. Again, continue with this.
I'm sick and tired of North Korea. I completely agree.
Just disregard them.
I'm going to keep reading. The launch took place after Chinese authorities posted a notice to airlines to avoid flying near the flight path of the missile.
Oh, that was nice of them.
The missile's flight was captured in photographs and videos by several Chinese internet users near the Xinquan facility.
I'm surprised they were allowed to do that.
Oh, Juquan, it says?
Jiquan.
Jiquan, okay.
Close enough. Go ahead, continue.
Despite the failure, China's space warfare program is said to be advancing rapidly as an asymmetric warfare weapon that
asymmetric.
Asymmetric. Oh, man, I can't read.
It's okay. We all have a little touch of dyslexia.
I need glasses then. That will allow a less capable Chinese military to defeat the U.S. military in a future conflict.
All right, hold on a minute. This is very important. Yes, this is a big concern for all countries because everything runs on satellites, and satellites are in space. Our military has become, and basically every military in the world have become reliant on satellite technology. You know, or your computer in front of you right now. It's a satellite in space is helping your computer search the internet.
How about a over-the-air television signal? Is that different?
What, an antenna signal? Yeah, antenna is a radio frequency.
Right.
But a satellite, the signal gets beamed from Earth to space, and the satellite beams back the signal. But listen, there's the concern is like China, they could have they're called killer satellite missiles, where they have satellites in space that shoot down other satellites, and that would cripple any country.
Well,
listen, I think
I'm not really concerned about it.
Well, that's the Achilles heel, you know.
The problem is we're the only media outlet covering it.
No, I'm sure there was other people, but I think right now I've said this 1,000 times on Spam. NASA is what we see from NASA and all these launches. That's 10%. That's only 10% of what they allow to see. NASA it's said on record 90% of NASA is classified. They have so many things in space right now that you only read about in comic books. Like I've read and heard that there's ships and NASA ships in space as big as football fields. There's a lot of things going on in space that we are not aware of, but this is it's space warfare. But I think all these countries are are in accord, and they know what they're doing. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Andrew. Continue.
All right, let me go back to the story. The Pentagon's annual report on the Chinese military states that in December, the Chinese created a new strategic support force that will unify space, cyber, and electronic welfare capabilities.
Yeah.
The PLA continues to strengthen in its military space capabilities despite its public stance against the militarization of space, the report said.
Okay. All right. So you got another story?
All right, I guess I'll transition into the next one because I don't think people are going to be happy with me blabbing on about it.
No, it's good. It's good. It's a good story. Good. We just have we just have a few stories to cover, so we have to move on.
All right. Want to live forever? A major breakthrough in cryogenic freezing.
I don't know. Do you want to live forever?
That's something I never think about.
Go ahead, continue.
The possibility of being able to live forever just became one step closer as scientists prove that they can revive cryogenically frozen life.
Now, hold on. Do you know what that is?
Didn't they do that with Walt Disney?
Yes, cryogenically. Now, for years now, as the instant somebody passes away or is declared medically dead, they submerge them in a cryogenic tank where they freeze them basically with liquid nitrogen, but they do it gradually with the hope that one day technology could revive them and cure their disease. But okay, continue. Tell us.
Experts in the United States have shown that they can preserve brains and bodies in a state of suspended animation where they freeze an individual to sub-zero temperatures and revive them at a time of choosing in their future.
I think a lot of people's brains are frozen in a state of animation.
I don't know. I mean, I think my dog's brain could do that.
Maybe. Continue.
I mean, I would love for Teddy to live forever. Just saying.
Maybe you could freeze your dog.
I would love that.
Try it. Continue. Tell us.
I'm sorry, Teddy. We had to bring that
up. Oh, God. Continue. Maybe they'll tell you if you could do it.
Researchers have so far only achieved this in zebrafish embryos, but it is a major breakthrough with 60 years.
Get close to the mic.
Testing. Oh, right. It's a major breakthrough with 60 years worth of similar testing has proven unsuccessful.
Yeah, they can't reanimate a frozen cell. Once it's frozen, they can't reanimate it. They have to thaw it out gradually, and it just doesn't come back.
Okay. The problem was when something is frozen, it expands and destroys cells. So experts added a anti-freeze solution.
Anti-freeze solution.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah. See, so basically, they can't just freeze you as is. So they have to inject you with some sort of solution. So your cells, the living cells in your body, just because you pass away, it doesn't mean all your cells dies. Your cells are still living. So they're trying to protect. They're trying to protect those cells from freezing and dying. Go ahead, continue.
I will keep reading. The problem was when something is frozen, it expands and destroys cells. Oh, sorry. However, even with the anti-freeze, there were signs, however, that there were significant problems during the defrosting phase.
Yes.
The researchers write in their paper published by the journal ACS Nano, the large size of the yolk still impedes rapid cooling and warming, thereby yielding lethal ice crystal formation during.
So yeah, they're talking about the zebrafish embryo. So they're having a problem with a zebrafish embryo. So they are still far away from humans.
Well, that's interesting. My book. But the major breakthrough has come in adding another solution to the anti-freeze gold nanorods.
Whatever they are. Listen. I think this cryogenic freezing, it's failed. It's not going to work. I think the real viable way of living forever is when they're talking about in about 40 years we're going to be able to upload our consciousness into a computer or a file, and then your consciousness can live forever. And then maybe down the road in about 100 years we could create a new body, and then you could download your consciousness into the new body, and then every time you need a new body you just download it into another new body. But this freezing, cryogenic freezing, it doesn't do anything, because what happens when they thaw you out, and then you're not going to live forever. You're just going to be awoken and reanimated in a different time, and your body's still going to be sick and frail. So it's stupid. It's just it's a last.
I completely agree. I mean, what's the point of even trying to say that? Oh, well, we're gonna have you frozen for a very long amount of time.
Yeah. So let's say you get frozen today, 2017, August 2nd, and you get reanimated in 100 years. Your body is still, even if it's successful, you're still going to have the same body you had when you died.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy about that.
Yeah, so that's what I think is going to be the key to immortality.
And honestly, it would creep me out.
Yeah. Right, the psychological effects. But
have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy by any chance?
Yes. This show is Idiocracy. No, actually, this show, I always put down, this show's pretty woke. But what about Idiocracy?
Well, in the movie, Luke Wilson is in the military.
Yeah, I know. They get transported into the future, and everybody's retarded.
Oh man, that freaked me out.
Yeah, well, that movie is actually becoming true. That's like 1984. The book Idiocracy is becoming true. Just look around. You. What did we talk about in the beginning? People are just getting dumbed down.
You're saying liberal communism might drive us down.
Dumbing down school. Just the fact that we can't tell whether a woman naming her newborn baby vagina is a parody or real shows you where we're headed. But all right, continue, Andrew. We have a few more articles.
I hope I'm gonna live as long enough until society starts to dump down. Then I might,
Then you could take over the world.
I don't know. I mean, I'd be pretty mean. I have a warning.
You would be a dictator?
Not a dictator, but mean to a point where fun might be banned. Not altogether.
Get close to the microphone.
No. I mean, fun like illegal fun.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna rule with an iron fist.
Oh no.
All right. Very good. All right, let's continue with another story.
All right. So today, President Trump made a big announcement introducing legislation today with Senator Tom Cotton and David Perdue aimed at cutting legal immigration to the United States.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, so not only he wants to cut legal immigration, so he doesn't want to take in any more legal immigrants. Half by 2007. Listen, we're taking in about 2 million legal immigrants, legal immigrants a year. So I don't know. That could change. That could change.
Speaking of illegal immigrants, do you know that one part of Westbury, Long Island, has been named a sanctuary city? I'll tell you what part. Want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Oh boy, coming from Queens and somebody who used to go to that part of Westbury every week, Post Avenue in Westbury has been officially named a sanctuary city. We're talking downtown, the old village of Westbury. All the stores have left because the illegal aliens have taken over.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen. I don't know. It's you can't have. It's not only just about illegal aliens. It's what kind of illegal aliens. If you have a whole surge of illegal aliens who are uneducated and low skill people, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're just here basically for a handout. They're looking for odd jobs. That's the people who follow the law.
But honestly, they don't belong in a town like Westbury. I'm sorry.
Well, listen. This is a problem that's plaguing not only a lot of cities in America, but Europe, and people already. It's starting to realize that this is a failed thing. You can't introduce so many new people into a new culture all at once. It's just like the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom. If you introduce, when they say there's an invasive species in the ecosystem, that means there's this species is not mixing well. It's not gelling well with the ecosystem. You can't.
That's a problem. That's a real big problem.
And it's the number of people all at once. You could 100 a year is not that bad. You could 100, maybe 1,000 a year is not too bad. But if you're going to inject 100,000, then that's a lot. Now it's like an infestation. And I don't mean that to dehumanize anybody, but that's just the way it is. People have the locals have a hard enough time taking care of themselves.
And that's the problem. I mean, you can't introduce, like, let's say we're citizens going illegally into a new country. Like, how are we supposed to adapt to a
yes, it's difficult.
It's immediately
difficult. Unless you have you are very educated and have a skill or a trade, or you could provide a service, then you could successfully transition and assimilate into a new country, a new culture. But if you have a second grade education,
I think that's what Trump was trying to alliterate today, wasn't he?
No. But I'm saying it's all over the world. It's not just America. It's even in Europe. These countries where they're taking in African refugees. A lot of these African refugees have very little to no education. They have little to no skill. They have no skills. They have no viable skills.
Oh, you mean from third world countries?
Anywhere. You don't have to be from a third world country not to have a skill. Are they plumbers? Are they electricians? Are they carpenters? I don't know. Are they scientists? No, none of them. They're just laborers.
Probably not.
They have no skill and no education, and it's tough to introduce them into a new country all at once. But anyway, good. Let's move on. Of course, I'm sure Trump is going to get blamed and hated,
and then the liberal communists are going to shout out loud at the top of all their lungs again, won't they?
Yeah. All right. Good. Do we have another story, Andrew? We have a few more minutes.
Well, this is the one that I actually care about. It's the HBO hack.
Oh God, another hack now?
Yes, and this is something our former host John Brown cares about.
Oh, okay. I picked it just for him.
He's gonna love to hear this from me right now.
Yeah, come on, Andrew. People don't remember who John is. Let's just come on.
They do.
Yes.
The company is reeling from a sophisticated cyber attack that potentially compromised 7 times the amount of data stolen in the Sony hack as the FBI investigates potential culprits. On July 27th, Richard Pelper's worst corporate nightmare unfolded.
Come to the microphone. Close to the microphone.
Darn it.
Why do you move away?
I don't know. The stupid Windows.
The Windows. Get close to the microphone.
It's Windows.
Yeah, it's Windows. Good. Come on.
Okay. The HBO chief executive officer learned that his company network had been breached by an apparently coordinated cyber attack that experts explained could expose a staggering 1.5 terabytes of data.
That's a lot.
That would be roughly 7 times the size of the epic 2014 hack of Sony Pictures.
All right, listen. Wasn't it revealed that the Sony hack was just a publicity stunt for the movie? That movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen when they assassinated.
Oh, you mean the interview?
Yeah, wasn't it revealed later that hack was just it was propaganda. It was a hoax that Sony pretended that North Korea hacked them because they didn't want to release their movie because the movie was terrible. It got bad reviews and it flopped, and because of the hack, the hoax, it actually garnered a little interest.
Well, you know what's crazy about Sony is that they used to have a headquarters here in New York, remember?
Yeah, but I don't know. Listen,
right by Trump Tower.
I bet. But listen, who cares about HBO and the hack? Well, screw that. This is probably just another hoax.
And HBO has a headquarters right by Bryant Park.
Yeah, I know. All right, look, could we move on to another story? Let's move on to another story.
You really don't want to talk about how Game of Thrones might be leaked?
No, I don't. Look, we have a few more minutes. Let's move on to another story.
Oh, all right. So let's talk about people getting horny now. Who said?
What?
Well, that's what the story
Oh,
says.
yeah, okay, good, good. Get close to the mic.
Put my mic on. All right. So who says the New York Peep Show is dead? Grannies and other residents of a Lower East Side public housing building say that they've been getting an X-rated eyeful since Ian Strager's fancy public hotel opened next door in June because its guests have been having sex in front of their homes.
Of course. Why do you think people go to hotels?
Oh no, I heard about this on 1010 Wins.
Good. Well, tell our audience and myself about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this story was on 1010 Wins here in New York.
Okay, read it.
So
It's all over the place.
I'll keep reading it. Guys are together. Girls are together, lesbians. They don't even pull the shades down. Fume Leonard Fernandez, a 68-year-old resident who said her grandkids visit her at her Stanton Street apartment several times a week.
And I bet they all peek outside the window and giggle to see the people having sex across the street.
I don't think young minors should be exposed to people getting horny.
Hey, Grandma, it's a full moon outside.
Oh, what's next? Lesbian sex being shown? Give me
Yeah,
a break.
yeah. Go ahead, continue. Andrew.
I'm open to that. I love LGBT. Anyhow,
I bet you did.
I love the LGBT community.
Okay.
Anyhow, the rowdy guests don't just get down in beds with their blinds open either. They're doing it right up against the window.
Yeah, the exhibitionists, of course. Yeah. Listen, it's not fun just to have sex. It's you have to have sex so everybody can see you.
I don't think I want that to happen.
Yeah. All right. Okay, continue. We're running out of time.
All right. One other Lower East Side resident named Melissa Santos said, "You see them having sex all the time, hands on the window. Not like I'm a peeping Tom, but from the corner of my eye, you can see this going on multiple times during the week."
Hey, can I just say something? You see, they're having sex against the window. If anybody out there is listening, don't do that because I actually read a story where a couple was having sex against the window of a hotel or a building, and the window broke, and they both fell to their deaths.
Wait, the name of this hotel is called Fancy Hotel?
I don't know. It's the Hotel Notel. Come on, keep reading. We're running out of time.
All right.
You don't have sex against the window. You don't bang against the window because the window could break or give away.
And more importantly, don't have sex with multiple candlesticks in the room.
Yes.
Unlit.
Andrew's an expert. Okay, continue.
A hotel is supposed to be more than just a place to sleep. It's supposed to make your heart beat faster, Schreger says in an artsy promo for the video for the hotel. From what neighbors have witnessed, his patrons' pulses are racing, with one other tenant that she saw a guy pleasing himself in the window.
Of course, and
masturbation.
Listen, at most hotels you go to, anywhere, if you eventually, if you go to a hotel enough, you could hear weird noises coming from the room above you or next to you. Hotels are pretty sleazy. God, Andrew, do you have one more story? We're almost out of time.
I could transition.
Go ahead, hurry up.
Federal court pulled in the Seth Rich investigation.
Oh.
All right. The controversy over the unsolved murder of the Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich 1 year ago reached a new level this week when an investigator looked into the Washington, D.C. homicide, sued Fox News over an allegedly fake news report.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The move now gives the federal courts a role in sorting out a quagmire of innuendo and suspicion.
Supposition. Oh, so what? The Fox News or whoever is suggesting that there was a cover-up in this murder? No, it's true. The Washington D.C. police were told to stand down in this murder. It's unsolved, and now if you say the murder is unsolved, you're a conspiracy theorist. Let me just preface because we're not going to have time. Seth Rich, last year he worked for Hillary and the DNC, and of course anybody who works for Hillary eventually winds up dead with bullets to their head. So and then it was unsolved, this murder of Seth Rich, and then it was rumored and suspected that Seth Rich was actually the DNC staffer that leaked the emails to WikiLeaks. It wasn't the Russians, and many say the Russian story is just a cover-up for Seth Rich being exposed as the DNC leaker.
Oh boy. You know, I'm getting sick and tired of these fake news reports. I really, really am.
Well, it's not, Andrew. It's revealed. There was this. We're not gonna have time. There was a story today that there is proof that Seth Rich, his computer, which is in the FBI, nobody knows where his laptop was confiscated by either the FBI or the police. Most probably the FBI, and there's proof on that laptop that he had contact with WikiLeaks Julian Assange.
Believe me, that's the last person I want to talk to.
Why? What's wrong with Julian Assange?
Because I don't want to get bashed by liberals.
Oh, listen. You don't apologize if you are right and the truth is right on your side. You don't apologize to anybody. Last week you apologized to the communists.
I think it helped Trump win the election. I've openly said that.
And the DNC, they never disputed the content of the emails. They disputed the source of the emails because a lot of the emails were true. And I had to hear, even in one of these shows on UCY, they were talking about that Hillary getting in trouble for her server was a witch hunt.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, how Rand Paul has a private server. Yes, a lot of people in the government have private servers, but they don't send or receive classified materials. That's the difference.
And then they don't use BleachBit to get rid of everything on their hard drive.
Rand Paul isn't smashing his phones with hammers or acid washing his servers with BleachBit. But anyway, Andrew, we're out of time.
Oh boy! All right.
This week went by fast. You're gonna have your. Are you gonna be on next week?
I'm hoping.
Okay. Well, we'll keep the dates. But Andrew, either next week or the week after, he's gonna reveal this big August surprise. I have no idea what it is. And hopefully next time you did good this week with your Wi-Fi. You didn't cut out. Very good. Hopefully you'll get better. I'll get better next week. We'll be back next week, Wednesday, 8 to 9.
Bye-bye, everyone.